Hey, Bio 120. So next, for Lab 2, we are going to be moving on from making our 3 different kinds of auger plates. Hopefully that was a success. And we're going to make some TAE buffer. And again, this buffer, like the plates, we're not going to use right away, but we're going to make it now and keep it for Lab 4 that we'll do in a couple weeks. But you've done the calculations for this buffer last week. And so what we're going to be doing this in is a 50 mil conical tube, 50. 50 mil conical tube that usually has a blue top or an orange top, and they're screw capped. Now on this you have a little white panel, and on that white panel you can label the tube. You'll notice that I've labeled mine 50X TAE. I've got my initials and the date all on there. Remember, all 3 of those bits of information need to be on everything that we make in this lab. So with that tube labeled, we're going to add our ingredients. They're going to be tris powder, acetic acid, and EDTA. And then, so we'll use our scales to measure out our tris powder, maybe in a bottle like this or maybe in some other container. Pay attention to the labels. I've measured mine out in my weigh boat, and so I'm just going to add that to my falcon tube. Okay, next I am going to add my acetic acid. Remember, pay attention to your lab handout as to what concentration of acetic acid you should be using, and pay attention to your calculations as to how much of this you should be adding. Okay. Tris my acetic acid. Add my EDTA. Lastly, we're going to add our water up to 10 mils. So you'll notice on the side, hopefully you can see it there in the video, that you have graduations on the side of your 50 mil conical tube. And so you can just add water now, sterile water, to 10 mils, which should be about where my right finger is. And we can do that by just pouring some in. Okay, so then you just swirl your tube a bit, wait for your tris powder to dissolve, and then you'll have 50X TAE. And remember, we're going to hang on to that for a couple weeks until we use it in Lab 4. So put that in your drawer, make sure it's labeled well, again with the solution that it contains, 50X TAE, your initials, and the date. And then once you're done with that, you'll streak a bacterial plate. And there's another video for you to watch on how to do that. Now, you will have some extra auger left over, and you don't want to pour that leftover solution down the drain. It'll solidify in the pipes, cause a huge mess, cause a plug. So what should be out and about, either on your benches or up at the front of the room, is a beaker labeled waste auger. And what you want to do before this auger solution solidifies is pour that out, pour that into the beaker, and that way it's much easier to clean up. And then once you've dumped that out, you can rinse your rinse your flask and return it to the supplies cart.